Now I'm going to go ahead and do the red shirt and depth chart before I do the custom recruits, because that's going to take a long time to create everybody. So I want to make sure I get all this done ahead of time. So quarterback wise, the only option would be Smith, and I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and redshirt him. I think that's a smart decision, as well as both running backs. We still leave us with 2. Go ahead and redshirt Chandelier here. Keep all of the receivers. We're going to need them. We have to have them this year. So we're going to make sure that they get on the field the most. Tight ends are good. Can't afford to redshirt an offensive line. There's no doubt about that. Left end, we're going to redshirt Freeze. Anxious to see what he's got going on. And like I said, I do need to go through, or I probably will go through and write down everybody's overall at the start of their freshman season and then go from there. Just to keep track of everybody. We're going to redshirt both these guys. Let Townsend be the backup linebacker. And you're not going to play anyways. So might as well redshirt you, you know what I mean? 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to redshirt Jared. But we got, look at all these true sophomore, true freshman, true junior. And we don't have a choice. Patrick, I'm going to leave him unredshirt because he was so clutch for us last year. And I'll probably redshirt Duncan this year. Just so I have him his junior and then senior year next year. Unless somebody else comes up. But I figure Patrick can be multi-versatile and pick up where we left off there. So I redshirt quite a bit of people. But we're going to get him back next year, man. Depth chart wise, this is going to be a big one. I'm going to auto sort it just so I can see what the game thinks. And then I'm going to also set up myself. I think those are all good options. And fullback, of course. Let's see, you don't want Kenny. Kenny's got to be the number 2, right? I think instead of, I'm going to put Gonzalez in front of Tanner just because he is a custom recruit. I want to see what he could do. He's a little bit low, like weaker, but I figure let's give him his shot. You know what I mean? Tight end, left tackle, left guard, center. Offensive line set. Nothing really to do there. Defensive ends, defensive tackles. Good there as well. Linebacker. Patrick would make a pretty decent linebacker. 75 overall. He would almost start at linebacker, dude. Patrick, I need you to take a break sometime, man. So we're going to not have you play in every position. He could start at middle linebacker. Sheesh, dude. Could you imagine? 92, 94, 93. He's just not aware. And it's probably block shedding is pretty weak. Power moves are better. Finesse moves are better. Block shedding is better. It's pursuit, play recognition, man coverage, zone. Everything's better. But I need him to back up my safety position. That sucks. He could probably hold his own at the linebacker position, no problem. But he's too important, man. He could be my 3rd string corner as well, but not going to happen. Robinson at number 3, and then Lott. Yeah, I got enough corners where I'm not worried about it. I'd rather him be the backup safety for both positions. He could also start over Friend. Yo. I think Friend's going to do it, though. Kicker, punter, set up. Returner, I'll probably leave it. Probably leave it as is. Who's the second fastest guy on my team? Robinson and Friend. I think I want to let the receiver do work. I'm just going to leave it as is, man. Can't really do anything about it. So I'm happy with the setup we have right now. There's no doubt about that. So the big thing is the custom recruits. That's going to take the longest. I'm actually going to go ahead and take a peek at the custom schedules or away games and 6 away games. So Bowling Green, Washington State, I think, then a bye week. And then we start week 4 through week 10. 6 weeks of nothing but football with 3 away games. I'm happy with that schedule. I'm happy. We're trying to get revenge against Bowling Green and looking to knock out another Pac-12 opponent. We're going to try to keep Pac-12, if we can, on our list. Who else? Who else can we... Minnesota, that's a Big Ten. Yeah, that probably wouldn't be a bad option. Oregon State, another Pac-12. Yeah, I'm happy playing the Pac-12. So we're going to play Oregon State too. Because that's... To me, this is like opposite coast. And then everything else is pretty in line with what we're going to play. We play 3 Pac-12 opponents. That should be That's pretty realistic in my opinion, minus the one random game. But we are going. Actually, I need to do it before I do the advance. I need to set this as like a different game than what it is. We'll do that before we advance, because I need to create these recruits real quick, get them in this. This will probably be a two-parter in case you didn't notice. This is a long. Me recording wise, it's been almost an hour, and I've been talking pretty much nonstop. So I got to get these recruits made. Like I said, I have about 14 people. I don't know if there's a limit or not, but I'm gonna try to get some of these guys, like the ones that were super descriptive. Like there's Theodore Tank Evans. He's gonna be in here, no doubt. And then Blaze Johnson, because they gave extremely good information, man. They gave me the face number, height, weight, what type of play style. And then they gave me uniform specs that they want, like pretty decent stats that they wanted. Like just helps out tremendously for me. Same thing with Tasavian Dennison. I'm gonna try to put him in here as well, dude. It's like they gave exceptional notes for me to use for these guys, dude. And it's gonna help out so much. And those are just a couple of the guys, but we'll feature them next episode and get into week one, man. But yeah, or this next part, well, we're going to make them real quick. We'll be right back. All right, officially added everybody in that I was going to add in. Added 15 people. Put them at the top of my board, and we're ready to roll. Fox Trent is a wide receiver, pretty solid, dude. +7 overall, 75, 6'3", from Washington. That's why we're close to his list. Blaze Johnson, also from Washington. He's a 6'1" corner. Very happy about that. Derek Flanagan, outside linebacker, 6'2", from California. We're going to try to get these guys. Highly unlikely on a lot of them. We're going to do our best. 4-star Gary Mcneal, 6'5" tackle. Terry the Snake Davis, quarterback, dual threat. That's for dang sure. 6'2", scrambling quarterback from Amarillo. Tasavian Dennison, SB. The guy wanted me to put SB at the end of the name. I didn't know if it was supposed to be included or spaced, so I put it spaced after the end of it. Worked out pretty good. From Florida, 5'11" halfback. Dwayne Selmond, a tackle, 75, is a JUCO. This is why I put this guy in. It was pretty neat. The dude wanted him to be a JUCO junior, so JUCO junior, 6'7". See if we can get him. Jeremiah Berry, a defensive end. He put multiple positions: middle linebacker, outside linebacker, tight end, defensive end. I put defensive end because I had a lot of other linebacker options, and I don't really need a tight end this year, so I wanted to get a defensive end because I needed one. So he's 6'3", from Ohio. Taylor Doggett, outside linebacker, 6'2". He didn't put the location, so I made him St. Paul, Minnesota. Or Jimmy Carp, my bad. 6 foot, middle linebacker from Amarillo, one of his buddies with the other guy. But he should be pretty good. Adam Johnson, another middle linebacker. Once again, didn't put a location, so I put it from Honolulu, Hawaii. 6'3". Gonna be a pretty nice addition if we can get him. James Madison, this was the last one. Somebody had added 6'6", free safety. Hard hitter, not super quick, but maybe it'll work out pretty good. Preston Butler, strong safety from Twin Falls, Idaho. Didn't give a whole lot of description, but I put what I could. Theodore the Tank Evans. Now this guy we may or may not be able to hold on to because conference prestige is deal breaker. Right now we're good. From Vancouver, Canada, 6'6", middle linebacker, but we might not be able to. The only other person, Zachary Gilbert, free safety from Oklahoma. Now the issue with that was location close to home. We are not, so we're automatically locked out. I'll have to keep an eye out and see where he goes. But probably somewhere close to Oklahoma. He does not want to go to Washington at all. So right off the bat, I'm not sure what we're going to do with him. But these are the creative guys. We got 14. Like I said, the 15th person. I can't even add him to my board to keep track of him. So I just got to keep an eye out to see where he commits to. But these are the top 15. Now, there was a lot more. I think there was like 22 at the time that I made this. Now, some of these people I didn't add, and some I did. I think one dude, I think it was Luke. That dude put up a ton of options, man. I think I took maybe 2 of them. Maybe. Just a lot of opportunity to get somebody added to the list. But sadly, I couldn't take everybody. And then the ones, I tried to pick the ones with the most description. That was a big thing. I tried to give everybody at least one if you put one, or if it's a position that I needed. I tried to add them to the list as well. Some people didn't make it. Nothing against you. I had to pick and choose based on positions I needed. So some of them were wide receivers, like a lot of them that Luke put were positions that I could use, and some of them were positions I couldn't. And some things with a couple of these other ones just wasn't able to. I had to pick and choose which ones I needed right now. But next year, once again, I'll reload the list. I'll think 15 is the max. That took quite a bit of time to create, dude. So I had to go in, get all the information, put it in the spreadsheet, put it in the game, make sure I took screenshots of everybody for this part. And I think I forgot Tank. I think he was the one dude I forgot to take a screenshot of. But it happens, man. I'm too busy focused on getting it created, and it was rough. So let's see. I want a huge shout out to Mitchell Skeeny. I'm gonna call you Mitchell. That dude provided the most information I have ever seen somebody provide. So huge shout out to you, man. That, and then who else was it? Donnie Plinkenhorn. He also provided pretty good information. And then Luke, he provided some good information as well. Luke-E. Just a lot of ideas on stat wise, like kind of a baseline, like hey, 80 to 90, somewhere in between there. You pick and choose with whatever works for you. I think the highest overall rated was Fox Trent, a 75 overall. Everybody else is about a 72 or 73. The lowest rated one was James Madison, a 71 free safety. But I didn't want to make them too good because I'm not going to be able to get them. I didn't want to make them too bad because I want them to be able to play. You know what I mean? So maybe after a year or two, they'll be able to play after the red shirt or whatever. But I want to make it to where I can try to get them if at all possible. So I'm going to push hard on these 14. And then everybody else is just additional for what I can. I already put all my points out. I got more offensive line, more of those key positions that I did need. And then some randoms that I don't necessarily need. I got 31 on my board right now. I might add another forward before I advance it just because why not keep it full? Like, I like to keep it full because every week my bonus points keep adding up, man. So if the computer doesn't have them on their board and I got them on my board, bonus points are keeping me in the forefront or helping me catch up. So I like to keep the list full. But that's it, dude. We are done with the two-part episode. No way around it. This offseason took forever. So I'm hoping we can get this season ready to roll. So I think the plan is from here on out, recruiting will be a separate video than the game. Instead of it randomly in the middle of halftime, we will do it just like the death penalty series. Recruiting will be separate. It'll probably take the place of the Madden Sim series on Sundays. But that's going to be it for this episode. If you guys are new, be sure to subscribe. If you like the video, be sure to leave a like. My name is Lil Chef, and I will see y'all next time.